Wildcats. I'm Thomas Lane, Vice President for Student Life and Dean of Students here at Kansas State University. I am really excited to share this book with you. This book is Willie the Wildcat's Journey Through Kansas. Its author is Dan Walter, and it was illustrated by Josh Mearman. I am really excited about this book. I just moved to Kansas, about a year and a half ago, and so there's lots of places in here that I'm really excited about seeing, and so I'm looking forward to you going on this journey with me through the state of Kansas. So let's see where Willie is heading to. One summer day, Willie the Wildcat decided to go for a drive, a very long drive. He wanted to see the sights of Kansas and visit K-State fans all around the state. As he waved to fans in Aggieville, they said, "Goodbye, Willie. Have a nice trip." Then he hopped in his Willie car and he took off. You can see Willie in his pretty cool car there. Did you know that K-State was founded in 1863 as the Kansas State Agricultural College, and it's the home of K-State Wildcat sports teams, and that Willie the Wildcat has been the K-State team mascot since 1947, although he's changed his image many times over the years. Next page, just outside Manhattan, Willie started his journey with a hike on the rolling hills of the Kansas Prairie. The air was clean, the sky was spacious, and the Flint Hills were beautiful. You can see Willie and the hikers on the Kansas Prairie. I just went out there last weekend. It was a beautiful day, a beautiful hike. His next stop was Summerhall Hall, the headquarters at Fort Riley. The soldiers were so happy to see Willie that they honored him with a salute. They all told Willie, "Thanks for stopping by. Have a fun trip, sir." You can see Willie in front with the soldiers there. Fort Riley is the home of the Big Red One, our 1st Infantry Division. It was established in 1853 in an effort to provide protection for people in trade over the Santa Fe and Oregon-California trails. When Willie came to Abilene, he posed for pictures at the Eisenhower Museum. He was very proud of his "I Like Ike" button. You can see Willie there with his "I Like Ike" button. Dwight D. Eisenhower, raised in Abilene, was a famous Army general during World War II and then went on to become the 34th President of the United States. We have an Eisenhower Hall located next to my building on campus. K-State has a campus in the city of Salina, and Willie's decided to stop by and say hello. Willie in his helicopter there. That's pretty cool. Have you ever been in a helicopter? Pretty neat experience. When the faculty gave Willie a ride in the helicopter they used for training, Willie wasn't scared at all. Well, maybe just a little, but it was sure fun though. Willie's next stop was Mushroom Rock Park near Ellsworth. He enjoyed seeing the rock formations and posing with some young Wildcat fans. Look at that really cool rock there. Pretty neat. I'd love to go see that. At Cawker City, Willie was amazed at the size of the world's largest ball of twine. He was even able to add a few strands while he was there. That is the biggest ball of twine I have ever seen. Have you ever seen a ball of twine that big? I need to make a visit to Cawker City and add a piece. Found out that it's now close to over 8 million feet of twine, and it weighs over 9 tons. Pretty impressive. It was great to cool off at Wilson Lake, known as the clearest lake in Kansas. Willie took out his kayak and explored around the huge limestone towers. You can see Willie in his purple kayak right there. Pretty neat picture. Heading out to western Kansas, Willie showed off his diving skills at the huge city pool in Garden City. A pool of Wildcat fans cheered him on. Look at Willie diving into the pool there. Willie was made an honorary deputy at Old Dodge City. The sheriff tipped his hat to Willie and said, "No one would dare break the law with you around, Willie, not even that pesky Jayhawk." You can see the picture there of Willie in Dodge City. At Greensburg, Willie visited the world's largest hand-dug well. The steps inside the well went down, down, down. Look at how deep that well goes. It was constructed in 1888, and the Greensburg well is 109 feet deep and 32 feet in diameter. The Cosmosphere in Hutchinson was Willie's next stop. He tried on a spacesuit, but decided he liked his K-State uniform better. Pretty cool spacesuit, but I do like his K-State uniform better. The Space Center was opened in 1980 and features the Justice Planetarium, the Hall of Space Museum, Dr. Robert Goddard's lab, and the Cary IMAX Dome Theater. So Willie was back up in the air in Wichita when some Wildcat fans took him for a ride in a plane built right there in the largest city in Kansas. The blue sky and the fluffy clouds made Willie wish that he could fly all day long. At Council Grove, Willie visited the monument that honored the thousands of pioneer women who helped settle Kansas and the American West. The statue is named Madonna on the Trail, and it was erected in 1928 by the Daughters of the American Revolution. You can see Willie next to the statue there. At the NASCAR track in Kansas City, Willie drove in one of the big races. He drove his car faster than he had ever gone before. How excited Willie was when he finished the race in first place. Here's his first place trophy right there for winning the race. Pretty exciting. On his way back home, Willie decided to make one last stop at the Oz Museum in Wamego. Wow, that Tin Man statue was big. You can see the Tin Man. There's his heart. The Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite stories and one of my favorite books. Willie had a great time on his journey through the state of Kansas, but he was happy to be back at the beautiful Kansas State University. As he laid down to rest, he thought back on the many great Wildcat fans that he had met and the special places he had visited. He was proud to be a Kansan, and he was proud to be the mascot at K-State. Soon he drifted off to sleep, dreaming of Wildcat sports victories. Good night, Willie. You can see Willie there getting ready to go to bed. He's got his K-State sheets in his bed. And there, our last page, you can see all of the great state of Kansas and all of the spots where Willie and his purple car visited. It was a great journey. Thanks so much for taking this journey with Willie and I through the state of Kansas. It was a great book. I hope you enjoyed it. Go Cats.